The passport bros have left the building and modern women are left freaking out over everything. We've got a video for you here today from Man Reacts. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it.
Can we have a serious conversation about the LBHs, passport bros, like whatever you want to call them? I just don't understand how the most basic level men can leave America, travel to these other countries, and just pull absolute tens, like the hottest girls that you will ever see. And these men, like men that we wouldn't even look twice at, are just pulling them and convincing them to date them. Like, I truly don't understand it. Can someone please explain to me how this is happening and how these men are able to get away with it? Also, like, how can we stop this? It's out of control and it's getting to a point where it needs to be stopped.
He says that passport bros need to be stopped after ranting about how these are the very same men that they absolutely despise. So she just made it clear that this isn't about protecting women so much as it is hurting men out of pure jealousy.
Hey, passport bros, help me understand your logic here, because I really don't get it. So you complain about American women, how they're of no value, they're just after you for your money, they just seem like too much work to get, not feminine enough or submissive enough. Your solution is to pack up all the things you know, leave all the people you love, move to a country you're not familiar with, to a place where their language might not be your own, in a new culture, to maybe meet a woman that will be very obviously into you because of your money.
It's not just because of the money. Passport bros are moving to countries where they can be treated with some degree of respect and not be surrounded by bitter womanists who despise them for the heinous crime of merely existing. That's something that they will never actually understand.
How is this? It just seems like a lot of work. If working to get a woman is the thing you're trying to avoid, that just seems like a lot. So I don't know if you guys follow the Reddit account of Passport Bros. I do. It seems like almost every post is about how it doesn't actually work. Women in these countries, they're going to use you for your money, but then have a more connection with the men that actually speak their language, men that are actually within their culture. They're just laughing behind your back because they know that they're just using you for your wallet, the thing you were trying to avoid by leaving America to begin with. Make it make sense.
There is no guarantee for passport bros to meet women overseas. There are plenty of scammers out there, but when those odds seem more reasonable than dealing with Western women, then what does that say about Western women is the question.
Passport bros flying into Medellin, Colombia, you're not welcome anymore. Things have changed. About 2 to 3 weeks ago, immigration has started a new process. If you are a single male, non-Colombian flying into Medellin, they're going to take your phone and they're going to look at your Tinder, your WhatsApp messages, all of your messaging apps, photos, videos, reading your messages, translating them. So if you're coming here looking for tourism, you can and will be sent back to your country. The whole country has collectively been working together to try and stop this type of tourism. They don't want passport bros here.
Really? He's acting like updating immigration laws is somehow a massive win for American women. These women love the idea of watching men suffer. They revel in the idea of seeing men as unhappy and as miserable as they are. That's why they invest as much time into this as they do.
So the passport bro movement is proof that men need women. It also speaks to how women don't give a crap and we don't need you at all. Men will say, well, how is this proof that we need women? Think about it. You're going to leave your entire country on a trip for kitty cat. This is beyond sad. And I love this for men.
Naturally, this woman has to bring up bedroom fun, but it's a known fact if a modern woman's chief argument revolves around that subject, then that's all she has to offer and just shows how out of touch she is with reality.
I didn't know what a passport bro was until one of my recent videos did well. Now I have the misfortune of knowing what the fuck that is. And my only question is, who's going to tell them? Who is going to tell these men that American women are some of the last demographics of women to catch up with what we're talking about right now? You think Russian women are going to put up with your shit? You think Asian women are going to go 50-50 with you on the bill? You think French women are going to sleep with you just because you showed up? Oh, who's going to tell them?
This woman can barely string together a coherent sentence, and yet she fancies herself an expert on every single world culture from Europe to Asia. She doesn't know what she's talking about, but to be fair, that has never once stopped a modern woman from talking anyway.
The reason why you can't find a traditional woman in America anymore is because there's no such thing as a traditional home or family structure because of the way our economy is fucking us all over right now. And I think it's ironic that American women, in response to this, are going, oh, I can make my own money and I don't have to have kids and go through the painful process of labor and raising children alone.
There have been countless generations of women who never used the pain of childbirth as an excuse for not having children. It's so insane to watch these women act so resentful to children that aren't even born. It's actually disturbing.
And I don't have to pretend to like someone's grubby little son in order to make ends meet, in order to survive. I have literally all the options in the world. Oh, I'm going to be a career woman and I'm going to be alone. And men's response to this is, better renew my passport, because you guys are the ones who are afraid to be alone. You guys are the ones who would rather fly to a foreign country and find a wife than be alone.
Effectively, she's saying that men shouldn't be allowed to have the option to go abroad in the attempt to potentially find a woman. They should stay in America and deal with women like her. Oh, hell no.
Let's talk about passport bros. Here's the first thing you need to know about these walnuts. Have you noticed that the ones who are chanting passport bros are the same ones that are also chanting about how they don't want to pay for dates? So they basically want you to believe that they can't afford dinner, but they can afford a passport and a flight out of the country. Second of all, they're in for a rude awakening, and I'm kind of here for it. We all know that the bar is in literal hell in the United States, and they are going to find that when they leave the United States, that women's standards are actually higher. So the only women they'll be getting are the ones that they're paying for, or women from impoverished areas that are desperate. And if you're thinking, damn, that sounds predatory, you would be right.
How could this woman possibly know about the dating standards in cultures that are clearly not her own? When women like this travel, they go to places like Western Europe where the dating standards are insanely high for them, and they assume that's the rest of the planet.
This girl does not cook. She does not clean.
Yes, I
Please
do.
tell me
I
how
do
she-
cook and
how she
clean. I
lives her
cook and
marriage.
clean on girlfriend level, not on wife level. Okay, when I'm the wife, I will start doing more. Now I'm girlfriend. What do you want me to do? Cook for you every day when I'm
What does
driving
that
you
mean?
crazy? That is what it means. I cook and clean on the level at which I am, which is a girlfriend.
Y'all still dealing with this bullshit because we out.
Even if that guy did agree to marry her, she would just move the goalpost when it comes to cooking and cleaning. She'll say she's only willing to do it if he does the majority of the labor because cooking and cleaning adds too much to her quote-unquote mental load.
American women didn't want me, so I went to the beach and got a much hotter Latina that does want me and looks way better than all these salty girls that are getting mad at all the good-looking men that are, 35, 37 with money. She is 20 years old, by the way, are leaving behind the masculinity, leaving behind the entitlement for beautiful, feminine, submissive.
It's crazy how modern women can't stand the fact that guys like this can find some peace and contentment with a woman who treats him with kindness and respect. They don't want these men, but they also don't want the rest of the planet to have them either. Funny how that works.
Black men back in the day weren't like this. Growing up, I actually never saw young Black American men in Thailand. I always saw older Black men, usually always retired vets. And yes, they were married to Thai women, but there was always this like mutual love and respect for Black women. They always respected us here. Like, in fact, they all looked at me like I was their niece or little sister. Like, your people on the other side of the world should make you happy. Should like spark something in you that like, you're on the other side of the world. Why are you making hate pieces and think pieces about Black women? Your mother looks like me or a variation of my skin complexion. Why do y'all dislike Black women so much?
The types of women who insist on talking smack about passport bros are insanely racist, by the way, a lot of the times. They want to make it the sole issue of why men are leaving the West. They cannot stand the idea that men are leaving to find peace and friendliness someplace else.
Now, this is not all Black American men, but y'all passport bros, stop with the all Black women are following us here to Asia, to Thailand. Again, I've been living here for 14 years since I was 16 years old. So I know what I'm talking about when I tell you, you weren't here, okay? This was 2011. You weren't here. You weren't thinking of Thailand. You probably didn't even know where Thailand was on the map. And that's no shade, I'm just saying. To just clear any rumors, Black women aren't coming to Thailand to date. However, nobody wants to be by themselves. Everyone wants and needs love. So when you hear us talking about our experiences, it's not putting Black men down, it's just sharing what we go through as women in a foreign country.
This woman is seriously trying to gatekeep Thailand for herself. Yes, some men don't move out there until later in life, but she can't call dibs on an entire country because men want to find a woman who's going to treat him with some kindness and respect.
Bro, it's like so hard nowadays to like find a good woman. You know, I feel like the only way to do that is to go to a third world country, man. It's like they know what's up. They like know the values. And I just like really want to take advantage of a young woman from a third world country and like dangle a pathway out of intense poverty like in front of her face so that like I could take her back home with me and like take her to a place where she has no family and friends.
Women like this actually have no idea how offensive they sound. They just assume that men are traveling abroad for some form of slavery of a foreign woman, and that those very same women are somehow powerless to choose who they want in their own lives.
And so that way, if she wants to leave me, like she can, bro. And like that way, I could like have a mommy maid forever. And like what I really want in life is to like book my mommy maid forever, bro. Doesn't that sound like amazing?
He seems to forget that men have the capacity to cook and clean for themselves, and we have been doing that for quite some time. The idea of men wanting a peaceful woman who's going to be nice to him is such a foreign concept to these women. But anyway, guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. Click this video that's up on the screen now if you want to see more. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.